Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. And what we're looking for are undervalued investment opportunities. And that's what this channel provides, is some opportunities for you guys to look at and see if you like them. So if that interests you, click subscribe. I'm going to go over solar. I do think solar has a lot of great growth in front of it, but I'm starting to realize that it trades very much like a technology company. Interest rates, I think, are affecting these solar stocks quite dramatically. So I was just going through the TAN ETF, looking at a lot of these different companies, looking for opportunities. I can go and share the charts with you, but I think they're trading more like tech stocks than they are commodity stocks. So let's jump in and show you what I'm seeing in the solar area. So here we go. Solar is supposed to grow 6 times or something like that. That's over a very short period of time. I think it was like 2035 or something like that. Let's chart before making an opinion. I don't want to say that they're good or bad or whatever. I like looking at the charts. And again, this is financial education only. You guys are going to have to do your own due diligence. You're going to have to figure out what's best for the strategy that you want to employ. And I do think solar's got a lot of opportunity in front of us. That's why we're looking at this area. So here's Run or Sunrun. Again, these are all from the TAN ETF. We've got the breakout here. And what's confusing is we've got this move higher. We've got a little bit of volume, but look at the volume here. It's almost like everyone's selling this thing off almost. Or are they accumulating? Very good question. I don't know the answer yet. Because I'm looking at this going, is this an accumulation area or are they selling? And it looks like to me that they'll probably be accumulating because we're breaking out of this pattern here. We're coming on up and maybe we're going to do a back test here. Maybe. So I think we've got some time before really making a decision. We've got Enphase Energy. This thing did a massive kind of sell off and then a big move higher. I don't even know where this bottomed at, 30 cents all the way to $200. I mean, that maybe if it got to 20 cents, that'd be a insane price move. Insane. But you can see it's kind of back testing its pattern right now. So that actually, I mean, if this line holds, I don't know if I'd buy it. I mean, this thing's had a massive move. I mean, massive. But that's the potential. That's why I'm looking at this sector. The potential could be gigantic. Here's Solar Edge Technologies. Again, we've got these breakout of these big long patterns. They've come on up and they're starting to pull back. I think there's still more pullback in a lot of these. Could be a shoulder, head, shoulder developing. And maybe it resolves itself somewhere down here before it moves higher, closer to that long-term trend line. Here's DAQ New Energy. We've got the big long trend line, broke out, went on cheetah mode, and then we're coming on back. I don't know where this thing's going to come back to, but if the overall sector is looking kind of weak, I think it's probably going to continue to pull back. And if interest rates continue higher, these may come under pressure. CSIQ, draw the trend line in. You know, I was liking this thing. I'm looking at all this stuff. We do have some volume. This could be a top, and it could break down and head a lot lower. So be careful out there. I don't know if these are ready yet. If they trade more like technology companies and we have interest rates going higher, these will come under pressure. They're going to be running against a very strong headwind. So it's difficult because we know the money's going to flow in here. We just don't know exactly when. And when looking at these charts, I'm trying to look at it from a neutral perspective. So it's probably going to go lower by looking at the charts, even though we're at that line, if they trade like technology companies. I don't know, I'll admit, I don't know as much about how these things necessarily correlate to interest rates given history, because the history on them isn't super long. But, I mean, looking at it, they don't look very correlated at all. You've got a commodity boom back here. You've got the disinflationary period where they kind of just went sideways. And then we've got this kind of, I don't know, I would say speculative boom, and it looks like we're putting in a shoulder, head, shoulder, and potential lower, possibly. Here's SunPower. We've got the downtrend line broken. It broke up, pulled back. Difficult one to see. I think it's going to have more downward pressure. This is Jinko Solar Holdings. We got the long-term chart, broke to the upside, and we pulled all the way back and back tested. And it looks like it's going higher at the moment. So here's Maxion Solar Technologies. A lot of the time where they bottom, they kind of do this up and then all the way back down to bottom. I mean, maybe if you like it. I don't know much about it. You're going to have to do some more digging into this company. I think they split off of SunPower, but I don't know the fundamentals of it at all. Here's Atlantica Yield, drawing the trend line in, broke to the upside, and we're kind of bouncing off the trend line right now. I still think this thing's got some more time before heading higher. Some either more downward pressure or sideways movements. Here's Sonova Energy International. We broke the uptrend line, and we can see bearish engulfing, lots of big down candlesticks, bearish engulfing. I think this is going to head lower. Here's CWN Clearway Energy, long-term trend. We're hitting this trend, but we do have a bearish engulfing here. I think we're going to try to break through this line here. We'll see. Could be heading lower. Azure Power Global, long-term trend line, shoulder, head, shoulder, and I think we're going to head lower for a little while. Array Technologies, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. It's heading lower. Coming up, bearish engulfing, heading lower. And here's Beam Global, long-term trend line coming on up. This thing looks like it wants to continue lower for a little while. So I think last night I was looking at this sector more, looking at the charts, looking at the volume. I think the volume's selling this thing off. I think we're putting in a top, and I think it's going to head lower for a while. Because I was looking at buying some of these, and if they value themselves like technology, and we have increasing interest rate environment, I don't know how well these are going to do. It depends solely on who's going to pile this money into it. If it's the governments or whatnot that's going to push this stuff. To me, some of these, they look like tops. If you look at the entire sector, they look like they want to go lower. So at the moment, I'm hesitant to enter the sector. I think I'm going to wait for a better buying opportunity. So I want to see this thing kind of base out, get some money flows into it, and then head up. But I think it may take some time. It could take a long time. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep charting it out and monitoring it. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Let me know any comments or questions below. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.